Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, Divine Truth Tarot. I'm Sarah. I'll be your intuitive guide and your reader today. Thank you guys so much for all of your support, all of your comments, all of your likes, your shares, your subscribes. And thank you to all of my new subscribers. We've seen a bunch of new faces come on recently as I've been able to pour out more videos each day. And I'm just so thankful for each and every one of you for being on this journey, for supporting and uplifting each other, and for creating this incredible community. We're going to reach 10,000 subscribers soon. Really excited about that. So I want to do something special for that event, but I haven't yet decided what that will be. If you guys have any ideas, let me know in the live chat. And we're going to get started with a video. For those of you wondering about personal readings, I have done personal readings in the past. I'm currently taking a break until the end of the year, until 2021. I thought I was going to offer some written readings, but I haven't been inspired to do that yet. So I'll let you guys know. I may do a few written readings before the end of the year, but I'm thinking I'm just taking a complete break until 2021, until January, where I will then decide, what the format of my readings will be, how many readings I'll be offering each month or each week, and we'll go from there. So those of you who have inquired about readings and I haven't gotten back to you in an email, that's why. I'm sort of in this energy of just relaxing, enjoying doing these collective readings, and I just taking a little break. I'm recharging my batteries and trying to take better care of myself, because I think this year has been so challenging with self-care for all of us. So I just realized I don't have my microphone on. Hi, Charlie. We've got a Cheech. Charlie Chicharrone. What's his nickname? One of his 200 nicknames. Chicharrone. I don't know where that came from. Guys, let's get started with a powerful reading. I'm going to be using the Elemental Oracle. I'm going to be using the Starseed Oracle. Feeling those Starseed vibes. And I also have the Keepers of the Light Oracle, which I keep on saying I'm going to use this deck and I never get to it in a reading, but we're going to get to it today. So we're going to look into the energies of these divine connections. What is it? December 23rd. I have to look at the calendar. Cheated. December 23rd. And just checking with the energies as we are now in the age of Aquarius. Now, some will argue that we're not actually going to enter the age of Aquarius until, I don't know, 15, 20 years, 2050 or something, 30 years. But I'm arguing that we're already there. It's about where you're at in your mind and where you decide to travel with your soul. It's very similar to being in union, right? You could say I'm not in union in the physical, but you don't want to continue to affirm that. You want to continue to affirm that you are in union. You want to affirm that every single day if that's what you want. If that's not what you want right now, then affirm what it is that you do want. Ooh. I usually don't take reversals in this deck. This is interesting because it's not a tarot deck. But I got electricity in reverse. So I feel like, okay, let me sit with this for a minute, because we've got cave, protection, and wildness, electricity in reverse. This is like the slowing down energy that I've been talking about, where the counterparts have slowed down to just be at ease, be at one in their own skin. Like you can see the protection here. I'm protecting. Whenever a person's doing this or they're like this, that's a sign of protection. They don't feel comfortable with you. They feel a little insecure, unstable within themselves. Because when someone's like this or they're like this, right, they're taking up space, that's a sign that they're really secure. They're feeling confident. They're feeling good in their skin. So when I've worked with clients in the past, when I've done coaching in the past, I would say, take up space. When you're out in public, and I've got these long, like, Spectre Gadget arms, I would say, take up space, reach and stretch and just like, and I have double jointed elbows, yes. I know someone's going to be like, what the hell is that? Take up space and let people see you. Let people know that you are here and that you matter, okay? So take up space. I love that when you're out in public, just open your heart. It's heart opening. And yoga poses, when we do back bends, it opens your heart. You lean backwards, you open your heart. When you're doing this, you're closing your heart. So that's more of like this energy of protection. I feel this is more the masculine energy feeling like it needs to protect itself because it's been burned this year. The masculine energy feels like it's been burned, like they've been through a warfare. So there's a little bit of protection energy. So some of you that were in communication are going to feel, you're not really going to feel your masculine so much right now. And others of you that haven't been in communication, you're just going to maybe feel the 5D completely quiet at this time, maybe until the end of the year. Now, I know this isn't going to be a popular sentiment because a lot of readers are out there saying, sorry, I'm checking on Chuck. A lot of readers are out there saying, oh, Christmas, they're coming home for Christmas. Not necessarily. I think it's dangerous to tag this on a specific day for a whole collective and say the masculines are coming home for Christmas. I think they're going to be thinking about the feminine. Absolutely. I've been feeling that. I think they're thinking about you. I think they're reminiscing, 6 of Cups energy. I think they're remembering the good times and the memories, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're coming home for Christmas right at Christmas. For some of you, that may be the case, but I feel like that's a smaller group of people. You guys know I keep it real here on Divine Truth Tarot. I'm not here to try to, I got accused the other day. There's been some nasty emails that I've received recently where the darkness is definitely trying to come out from people. And I think these people are actually good people, but it was like, you're trying to trick people. How am I trying to trick people? I've never promised timing. I've never promised union. I've never promised, even in personal readings, I don't promise things. I am here to read for the collective energies. I am here to be a vessel of divine truth and divine clarity. And I'm here to offer as much compassion and support as I can while I go through my own journey towards union. Wow. Throat chakra. So some of us are having trouble believing that union is going to happen. As I deliver that message, I got all choked up. So I think this is also for the masculines who have been having trouble with having faith in this connection. Absolutely. So understand, guys, that I never try to mislead you. And I know that my supporters understand that. I think this person was having a bad day and was just really struggling. And I understand that, but don't take it out on the reader. We work way too hard. This takes a lot of energy to do what I do. It may look easy, but it takes a ton of energy. It's not just pulling cards and looking at pictures. It's deciphering the energy. It's tuning in to a whole entire collective. And it's also dealing with my own twin flame situation, my own twin flame journey at the same time. So give me a break, guys. Give readers a break. We are here to support. We are here to uplift. But yeah, I think some masculines will be coming home for Christmas, and I think others are going to be in this protection mode. I also feel like, though, this is saying they're going to be in protection mode from their own families. Like they're going to be sort of shutting off from their own families at this time because they're going to be trying to hide, especially if there's family gatherings and they have family in the house. Some of them will, some of them won't, depending on their feelings with this whole situation this year. I'm not even going to go into it, but if they do have family in the house, like extended family, they're just going to be like, I just want my private space. Where is my private space? I just want my own bathroom. Some of them are going to be like, I see them hiding in the bathroom, pretending to take a shower, or go to the bathroom and just sitting there. I see them scrolling through pictures of you. I see them, some of them looking up YouTube videos on twin flames. I see them really in this energy of wanting to go back in time and make things right, and feeling very protective of themselves, of this connection, and of you. And there's some masculines, guys, whose family members or friends have been asking them about the feminine, especially these, the partners are picking up on the energy of the feminine, and they have been this whole year for a very long time. So in that case, these partners are trying to extract information from the masculine. The masculine's like, nope, I'm a locked vessel. I'm a locked gate. You can't get in. And they don't want to share information about this divine connection because they've realized how special it is, and they don't want anyone interfering in those energies because it's already hard enough for them to decipher their own emotions at this time. So a lot of masculines are sorting through the emotions that they're feeling, trying to conquer those feelings, trying to understand, assimilate, accept those feelings that they have, because they've said, I've been in separation for X amount of time and I still can't forget this person. What does this mean? This must mean something, because they've been able to forget every other person in their life. We have wildness, electricity in reverse. I do feel like this is the slowing down energy. This is the energy of both twins just agreeing, if you will, like in agreeance of let's just go within at this time. It's a time to go within. It's a time to slow down. It's winter solstice, right? We just passed winter solstice a few days ago. And now it's time to collect your thoughts. It's time to be with yourself. It's not a time to necessarily go bonkers and go wild. I don't see a lot of New Year's Eve celebrations happening for this collective. I see it being very quiet, and if they're forced into it or you're forced into a New Year's celebration because of family or something, I see you not really enjoying it and just wanting your quiet time in your space. Like, get out my face. That's the energy, especially for the masculine. Get out my face, yo. Let's see what that is. Sorry for the external noises, guys. I have the house open today, so it's a little noisy out there. I apologize. Fecundity, rain, cleansing. Let me look up because there's another cleansing card. Let's see. I always forget what fecundity means, and I should know this from all those tests I took in college. Fecundity is fruitfulness. The conditions of greater prosperity are being met. Know that all will be well. Cleanse yourself of old, outdated views. You have everything you need to grow. Let yourself be cleansed. There's a cleansing going on, and that's why things are coming to a standstill. That's why it may feel, for some of us, we felt like that for a while, but for some of you, this is going to be new. If you're in communication, your masculine may pull back around the holidays, especially if they're having to deal with family situations. And then I see this as the energy of just the masculine communicating, I just need to go within. I need to be with myself, by myself, and to myself at this time. Again, she's got her arms crossed. It's not really crossed, but it's kind of like this. Like she's holding herself very sacred. And this growth process that happens to be in the womb, which I think is very interesting, this growth process, this womb cleansing that myself and a lot of readers have been talking about, that's been coming up recently, is providing the way for a more fruitful encounter with the twins. It's like this slowing down process has to happen, right, in order for this to happen. So we need to have a slowing down. We need to have a going within, a deep going within, and accepting. And then the twins can come together and create more fruitfulness, create more abundance. And the rains, flowing down on these connections, watering these connections, making sure that they're thriving, because it's felt like there's been a drought in 2020, right, in your connection. That's about to change. Tell me about the masculine energy. Completion, West. I'm not going to take these other 6 cards or whatever. Completion. The masculines are coming. Look, the missing puzzle piece. They're discovering that within their cave, guys. They're discovering that within this silence, within the quiet time. They're discovering that the key to their abundance is the feminine. They're discovering that you are the missing key. You are the missing link. The feminine is the missing link. So the masculine knows that. The masculine knows that you are special. And it's so much more than that. It's so much more than special. That seems like such a bland word to describe a divine feminine. The masculine knows that you are magic, that you are an alchemist, that you are the other half. They might say half of, you're my other half, but the feminine knows better and knows that it's the other whole of my soul. But regardless, the feminine understands that there's this energy of the masculine had to complete this task on their own. That's why the feminine was guided to step back. And guys, I saw a post by another reader who I really admire, Twin Light Tarot, Betty, and she talks about those feminines who are still in connection or contact with your masculine if they're with another person. And she's very blunt like myself, and she basically said, why are you doing that? You're pushing union away. You're not loving yourself in that process. You might think you are, but it's not love, because you're not respecting, first of all, the boundaries that have been put in place by that connection. Yes, it's a 3D boundary. Yes, it's a 3D marriage. It's a 3D relationship. But if your divine masculine is still in that situation, is still entangled with another person, you're going to entangle your karma by continuing to go and allow your masculine to come in, especially if you're being intimate. If you're just friends, that's a different story. If you're holding that boundary and holding that space, I think that's fine. But if you're intimate with your masculine and they're still with another person, think about the possibility that you're building upon more karma to be worked through with your divine counterpart. And also, likely that karmic person is a soulmate of yours, a karmic partner of yours. So then you're just creating this triangle that goes deeper and deeper. And that's not what you want. But on some level, it's almost like you feel like you don't deserve the wholeness of this connection. You don't deserve this completion, this missing puzzle piece. And so you're just sort of allowing this to happen, allowing this to transpire. You're giving yourself away freely, and your masculine's taking it because it feels good and because they want the best of both worlds. They want their cake and they want to eat it too, like every human being. We're sort of designed that way. Our egos are hungry. And if you're serving up good food, we're going to take it. We're going to devour it. So understand that those of you who are going, why hasn't my masculine left the karmic partner? It's not to say that if you step away, they're going to leave the karmic partner immediately. That's definitely not the case. But if you're still intimate with that person, again, think about the karma that you're acquiring on top of karma that you may already have to work out with your divine counterpart. Just because they're your divine counterpart doesn't mean you don't have karma to work out together from previous lifetimes. Think about all the lifetimes and all the accumulation. And maybe this is the first lifetime where you've actually been able to meet up and get it right in the 3D. And then you're going to add more karma into that. Let your divine masculine, it's not even about letting them go, guys. It's about letting them find this missing puzzle piece themselves, letting them realize that it's you, it's always been you, it always will be you in every lifetime. Let them come to their own conclusion, because if you try to push this or force this, or if you think in some way that you're going to lose them if you step back, you're sorely mistaken. It's going to feel like that. It's going to feel like a slap to the face. It's going to feel like a punch to the gut. It's going to feel like an ego death when you have to walk away from your divine counterpart. But I promise you that you're also going to find the missing puzzle piece to yourself in this process. By continuing to give your power away and staying in a situation that's lower vibrational, because that is a lower vibrational situation. And I'm saying this with compassion and love because I did it myself. I'm saying this with so much compassion and love. Understand that you need to understand your motivations in doing so. Why am I agreeing to stay in this situation where I am not totally fulfilled? Where I can't spend holidays with this person or a birthday with this person, or I can't be out in the open with our connection and our love. Why would you want that? Why would you accept that? There's something in you that's missing that needs to be found as well. So you both need to go off and find those missing puzzle pieces. The masculine needs to, it's almost like the masculine needs to miss the feminine to realize what is missing in his life or her life. It's you. It's always been you. But first they have to go within to realize they've actually been self-abandoning. They've been abandoning themselves by staying with this karmic partner. So there's so much, it's a deeper process, but that just kind of scrapes the surface. We have the masculine saying to the feminine, I am in this for the long run. Now, I don't feel like the masculines felt this all year. I feel like this is newfound knowledge. This is part of the missing puzzle piece, is I'm in this for the long run. And the feminine wanted this because the feminine was saying this. Maybe you said this very thing to your masculine. I'm in this for the long run. I'm not going anywhere. And the masculine sort of turned their back on this connection, or it looked like that. It was perceived like that. So now we have this energy of the masculine saying, you know what? I want to go the distance with you, and I understand that we will grow together. And the masculine deeply, secretly craves growing with a partner. You cannot grow with the karmic partner. And I think that's what the masculines are realizing now. You can't have growth with a karmic partner. You only can have growth with a divine feminine because that's your counterpart. That's the other part of your soul, or that is your soul, right? It is you looking at you, you experiencing you in another body. So therefore, the masculines realize that it's like they're going to reach a point in these connections where they realize this karmic cycle has been completed and there's nowhere else to go from here. You can't go up. You can only make lateral moves, and that's going to get really boring, really frustrating, really angering and tiresome really fast for the masculines, if it hasn't already. The only person who can join them in this long distance marathon is the divine feminine. She's the only one, or he's the only one that's going to challenge the masculine to their very core and their very essence. But they have to be ready for these challenges, because the feminine doesn't hold back when it comes to the masculine, because it's her own soul. So she's not holding back. She's saying everything. This is how I feel. This is what I think. And the masculine hasn't really likely ever experienced a feminine like that before, ever. Wow, so interesting. So I think this has happened before. The masculine gets west, the feminine gets north. So maybe they're not quite moving in the same direction, but what I like is that they're not moving south, right? We're not moving backwards, we're moving forwards. The feminine says, I have to continue to expand. I have to continue to grow. And you're over here completing the cycle, or realizing that this is the key to completing the cycle, okay? You're realizing that something needs to end before this can begin, this long distance marathon. And you're realizing that we're both in this for the long haul. And the feminine says, I have to keep on growing. I can't be held back. I can't play small anymore. So the feminine's sending a dignified, a very strong, like high vibrational message to the masculine that says, I am definitely willing to do this dance with you and to grow with you. And yet I can't stop myself from expanding. I started this process and there's no going back. So I think that's important for the masculine to understand. The feminine can't go back at this point. You can't wait for your masculine. All you can do is keep your vibration high with the hopes that the masculine will catch up when they're ready. But the feminine's continuing to go. And so it may look to the masculine like the feminine's way, way ahead. Even if the feminine knows better than to perceive the masculine as being behind, it absolutely may look like the feminine's out of reach. So there may be some of this energy of like, he's so excited, he finally realized what the missing puzzle piece was in his life and his joy and his abundance. And he finally realized, oh my God, it's her or it's him. It's always been them. And he's realized what he has to do to complete the cycle. I think the fear is being removed for those masculines who are completing these karmic cycles, and yet they see the feminine, they look over and they see the feminine and check on her and they see she's so far ahead. So they may feel a little discouraged, feminine. So you may need to encourage them in the 5D. We do have this energy of fluidity and richness. So a lot of water energy coming in for the feminines, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. A lot of water energy coming in for the feminine energy to sort of flush out or wash out any stagnancy. And remember, we had fecundity, which is basically abundance, like 9 of Pentacles energy, Queen and King of Pentacles energy. So we have a lot of water energy here that wants to be acknowledged, that wishes to be acknowledged here. So this fluidity, the feminine says, I am my own. I am not ashamed of my body, of my curves, for the female feminines. And for the male feminines, it's just being comfortable in the fact that, yes, you are a divine feminine in a male body. So it's sort of body acceptance is what I'm hearing, and acceptance of your vulnerability. Acceptance of your ability to be this feminine energy, to be able to be vulnerable, to be able to be open emotionally, to open your heart. You notice that she is protecting her heart, but you could also see this as she's just covering up her breast. But she is protecting her heart there. So there is this energy here that still, it's like there's still some openness that needs to happen, because this open energy is in reverse. Remember, this wildness is in reverse. So it's funny, you see a naked feminine in here, but then you see her covering up. So maybe she's not fully ready to be seen. Maybe she's not fully ready to expose herself, but I feel like she's definitely stepping towards that energy of really honoring this sacred vessel that she's been designed to have and to embody in this lifetime. And then we have richness, marine life. Animals have been with the feminine here for a couple weeks, right? We've had the imagery, we've had the symbolism, we've had the messages coming through from the animal kingdom. So this is definitely about plummeting to the depths and discovering the emotions that lie there. I've never realized this before, but you can actually see it's like a mermaid. You can see the feminine here, and she's just surrounded by this lush ocean life. And she looks very much in her own element. So, I'm thinking of Lemuria and Atlantis and these worlds that the feminine and masculine lived in and loved in and discovered in and had children and in families and in queendoms and kingdoms. And I feel like there might be this memory of remembering, like this richness of this memory of remembering times past for the feminine. But instead of it being sad and going into that dark night, I feel like it's actually going to be really, really positive, really joyful. Let's get a message here for union, and we've got alchemy, magic. So magic coming into these connections, and both of you realizing that you have magic in the palm of your hands. It's sort of realizing that, wait a second, nobody is forcing me to be miserable. Nobody's forcing me to stay in this situation. Nobody's forcing me to sort of forego my dreams. There's magic to be found everywhere if you just look, if you're just open to it. Also, both twins realizing that they actually are the magic. And having faith in yourself, having faith in your ability, having faith in your dreams. And it's sort of like this alchemist, this alchemy, this energy is the energy of the divine working through the masculine and the feminine, right? It's this energy of synergy and weaving in the it's the weaving in of the divine into all aspects and elements, all decisions and thoughts in our life. It's allowing the divine, sort of like I'm hearing allowing the divine to take the wheel, allowing the divine to truly guide and steer your journey and your path. And so when you give this, hold on one second, guys. I had the air conditioning on and the windows and door open, so I needed to just check myself before I wrecked myself. Okay, so back to magic. So it's trusting that the divine is steering your life, and it's sort of dropping that illusion of control that you think you can control your counterpart, or you think you can control someone else, or you can control anything outside of you, and realizing that if you control yourself, if you just work on controlling yourself, controlling your thoughts, controlling your actions, controlling your life, not controlling your life. I don't like the word control, but you know what I mean? Like being in charge of, taking responsibility and accountability for your life, for the decisions that you make, it really eases up the stress and the weight and the gravity of this whole situation. So bringing some lightness in, bringing in this energy of transformation through the alchemical process. So you're likely, going to see changes in your connection, big major changes in these connections, guys, where you're like, I don't even recognize myself. I don't even recognize my partner. But it's going to be in a beautiful way. There's going to be beautiful conversations, beautiful flowing conversations, and beautiful energy when both counterparts are able to surrender to the divine. So let's go over to the Keepers of the Light deck, and let's have a look and see who is joining the counterparts right now in these connections. Faith, humanity, and benevolence. Stay calm, trust the good in yourself and others. See the light in the world. So this is about, for the feminine energy, continuing to hold space, continuing to have faith in yourself, which will breed faith, faith will follow. If you have faith in yourself, faith will follow in your connection and the divine, faith in the universe, faith in other people, faith in your counterpart, and just faith that everything is actually working out. So see if you can, for one day, and if you can do it for one day, do it for a week, do it for a month. See the good in others. See only the good in others, and catch yourself as you're judging yourself or judging others. See only the good in yourself. See only the good in others. And notice how when you start to feel like, okay, I can see the good in myself, I see the magic in myself, you're going to be able to see it in other people, because the external is just a reflection of the internal. And for the masculines, we have Commander Ashtar, receiving the call to action. So I feel like this is going to come after a long period of the masculines being in this hibernative, I don't think that's a word. Hibernative state, this hibernation, right? This place of rest and surrender and recover, where they just needed to they didn't have words for the feminine, for what they were experiencing, what they had gone through, they just knew that they needed to rest. They needed to get their bearings again, is what I'm hearing. So this says, take charge, lead by example, and walk your talk. It's time the masculines are being asked to step up, and Commander Ashtar is assisting. As the feminines hold faith, the more faith you have, feminines, the more the masculine energy is going to be able to speak their truth, because we have a lot of blue here, a lot of blue, throat chakra, third eye chakra. They're going to be able to see the truth. They're going to be able to speak the truth. So the more faith the feminine holds, the more strength the masculine has and is able to embody to move forward and to come towards you in this connection. The more doubts that you have, feminine, the more doubts that you express, whether internally or externally. I know that's frustrating, but even your thoughts matter in this connection. The more the masculine's going to doubt the connection, the more the masculine's going to be like, well, I don't know. I don't know if I should move forward. I don't know if it's safe. And they're not going to know why they're feeling this way. It's just going to come through as doubt for the masculine. That's the mirror. The feminine's in her faith. The masculine can also be in his faith. If the feminine's in her doubt, the masculine's going to reflect that back. Is there anything else that I wanted to say about this? Walk your talk. Yeah, this is the masculine really promising the feminine that I know you asked me to walk in my truth and to not tell half-truths. I don't want to say lies, but to not tell half-truths. The masculine saying, okay, I'm going to walk in my faith and, I'm going to walk in my truth, and I'm going to be the leader that you desire. And I'm going to not just be able to tell you beautiful things and tell you I'd love to be able to be your partner, I'd love to be able to commit, but I'm actually working on being able to do those things, because that's what the feminine has desired. That's what the feminine has called for, has asked for, has, I don't want to say demanded, but that's what she deserves and she knows it. We have in the union energy, Kuan Yin, care and compassion. Choose to be love, do what is right for everyone involved, and offer a helping hand. So Kuan Yin is this energy of having compassion for oneself. Again, choosing to see the good in others, choosing to be love, knowing that you want what is right for everyone involved, including another partner, a family member, including children that may be involved, and really being able to hold that highest space and that highest energy, feminine, of compassion for everyone involved, not just for what you want and for what you think is best for you and your connection, but for everyone. Because again, the children are likely soulmates of yours as well. We have White Eagle ancestor spirit as well for the union energy. Connect to your lineage. A family wound or pattern can be healed now. So calling on White Eagle to heal those ancestral lines, ancestral patterns, ancestral abuse, ancestral belief systems that have really impacted your life, both feminine and masculine. And that, this is also compassion, the masculine having compassion for themselves, that it's taken so long, that it's been a process, to take action. It's like the masculine, okay, I have respect, I have compassion for myself. And White Eagle energy here is really about the ancestors on both sides, okay? You're in your side and your masculine side, assisting this connection, bringing it into form, and coming in from the other side. So a lot of you will be receiving these signs, and a lot of you are going to be stepping up right now into your predestined roles as the ambassador of your ancestral line, if you haven't already. I was asked to step up about 10 years ago when I had a Reiki session, and my paternal grandfather came through, and that was part of my great awakening way before I met my masculine in the physical. And that was a major awakening in my life. And I had to step up. It was stepping up and stepping out of that ancestral trauma, okay? Because there was a lot of trauma that occurred on my dad's side. And I'm going to end this reading here, guys. You know that I'll have more readings for you today, at least one more. I've got a lot to do in the 3D world today, but I send you so much love. This has been a reading for the divine counterparts. Many blessings. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe if you're new, subscribe to make sure you receive all notifications, hit the bell, share if you're able to, if you desire to. Thank you so much for watching and for the support. Much love to all.